Are you trying to change something in your life, whether it be personal or career oriented, and you're stuck in this endless loop of getting the same results? In this video, you're going to learn what this loop is, where you are in the loop, and how to change things in order to get the results that you deserve. In this image, you're going to see that your thoughts and feelings lead to your belief system, which is going to in turn run your actions, and that's going to drive results, which eventually brings you back to your thoughts and your feelings. So if you don't change how you're thinking and feeling, your beliefs won't change, your actions won't change from your beliefs, and your results will never change, and you'll get stuck in this endless loop. So how do you fix it? So you could try to act your way out of it by doing more. You could try to think your way out of it by creating positive thoughts and avoiding negative thoughts. You can try to change your belief system, or you could just try to skip it all and try to get your results. I don't know how that one's gonna work, or maybe adjust your feelings so you feel better, and we'll see how that results. Most likely, if you don't know of those areas where your breakdown is, you're not gonna realize how to fix it. So let's look at actually where your results that you want come from. They breed from actions. So your actions and results are in direct relationship with each other. So if you're not doing the right actions, you're not going to get the right results. However, what drives your actions? Your actions are driven by your belief system. So if your belief system isn't supporting the right actions, you're not going to get the right results. So let's dial it back a little and look at the belief system. So your beliefs are programmed from your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind tells you exactly what actions to do. And if your subconscious mind aligns with the correct action, you're going to do the right actions. If your subconscious mind says, you know what, I don't believe that you actually want this, then it's going to provide you with negative actions. So for example, if you want to lose like 50 pounds, you go to the gym and your best friend you just saw lose 50 pounds, you saw his routine, you looked at it, you analyzed it, and you said, you know what, I'm not any different than him. I could definitely achieve that routine. So your thought breeds your beliefs, and you've seen it happen, so now you're believing it. When you start believing it, it provides you to do the right actions, which is change your diet like your friend did. He said, hey, I saw what he did, that's not a problem, I can do that. Or maybe you saw him walking or jogging, or her walking and jogging, so you could do what either one of them did, and that allows you to believe that you could do it. Your subconscious mind realizes, hey, you actually believe that this is possible, so it forces you to do the right actions in order to achieve your weight loss goal. So on the flip side of that, if you take a look at your friend and what they did to achieve that goal, and you think to yourself, that's going to be really hard. Your belief system, you don't believe that you can actually accomplish it because you're believing it's hard. And you're believing that you can't follow through with the workout routine they did, or you can't follow through with that diet. You're all about eating meats and high fats and all those things, but yet your friend's eating lettuce all day. So you're like, I don't want to achieve that. I don't believe that I can do that. So you're not going to lose the weight, and your subconscious mind doesn't trigger you to do the right actions. So let's look at what drives that belief system. Your beliefs are caused by your thoughts and your feelings. So let's first talk about the feelings. So forget about your feelings in the short term. You want to have planned feelings, which I'll discuss later on, but really you want it to be logical and think for the long term, not the short term reactions. So let's get into the thinking. So without the right thinking, the whole process is going to break down. So your thoughts plant a seed in your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind allows you to create that belief system that provides the actions and then eventually the results. So your thoughts are really what breeds everything. So you need to evaluate what you're really thinking to really understand what seeds you're implanting into your subconscious mind, into your belief system. So you need to really control your thoughts. And I'm not just talking about thinking positive or avoiding negative thoughts. I'm talking about logical, planned out thoughts that you do on purpose. So here's a story from the book Awareness by Anthony DeMello. So a boy placed an eagle's egg into a hen's nest in a barnyard, and the eagle hatched with all the other chickens. And as it grew up, it was acting like a chicken. It was, seeing its environment, thinking it was a chicken because it saw all the other chickens and chicks pecking the ground for insects and worms. And when it flapped its wings, he saw them only fly a little bit off the ground, just kind of flutter. So it never really truly took off and flew. And it stayed on the ground and grew up to be an old eagle. So one day, the old eagle saw this majestic bird flying around in the sky and said, "Who is that?" And one of the other chickens said, "That's the king of birds. They belong to the sky. We're chickens, we belong to the earth." So the eagle thought it was a chicken, which led him to believe he was a chicken. So he took actions as a chicken and died a chicken, even though he was an eagle. So the moral is, don't die a chicken when you can fly and soar like an eagle. So how do you change your thinking? Well, you really can't just change your thinking all by yourself on your own. If you could, you wouldn't be in the same thought patterns and thought loops. You need outside influence and conscious effort to make changes. So here's 5 ways you can change your thinking in order to create a new belief system, to create new actions, and eventually get the results you deserve. The first way, find a mentor, a friend, or a coach who's going to actually tell it to you straight and that you can trust to give you the honest information that you're looking for with your personal situation. The reason being is that they'll have a different perspective than you and be able to guide you into what you're really looking to do because they can see things in a different light than you can. So the second thing is meditation. Now, meditation allows you to be still with your thoughts so you can be aware of what you're thinking and help you really analyze those thoughts in order to make changes. And you can see, oh, I need to change this, I need to change that, or this thought is actually leading me in the right direction and it's going to provide positive beliefs. So that meditation is definitely a way to accomplish that. The third thing is to be present. And what I mean by that is to constantly be aware of your thoughts, so that way when a negative thought comes by or a thought that doesn't produce the results that you want, you can be aware enough to say change and change your thoughts. And when you say the word change, what really happens is it disturbs your thought pattern and allows you to just stop what you're doing, reassess, and it's almost kind of like a reset button. So it allows you to just kind of break up that pattern. So the fourth tip is to get into reading on personal development and for the specific things you want to change. One of the books that I recommend is by Ian Pruckner, a book called Byproduct, which is basically a lot of the tips that I took from today's video about your thoughts and feelings and beliefs and actions and results. He explains a lot more of that in depth in his book. So definitely check that out. Another one is by Brian Tracy, Change Your Thinking and Change Your Life. And the last book that I would recommend for these types of things, and there's way many more, but these are the ones that helped me. So the last book I'm going to recommend real quick is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And that's where I got the idea from the change and stop and change, and that kind of disrupts the pattern. Just a side note, I have no affiliation with any of these authors or books for monetary reasons or anything like that. So this is strictly my recommendation. I don't get anything out of it. I wasn't paid by the authors or anything like that. So I just feel like if there's something in my life that's really helped me, that I'd love to share it with somebody else. So check them out, see if those help you. A lot of what I talked about today came from parts of each one of those books. So now the last tip I have is to put emotion and feelings with your thoughts. Now I know you're like, Bart, dude, you just said forget your feelings earlier in the video, and I did. However, I meant in the instant, right away, while the situation is happening. But when you have an emotion which is so powerful in changing a belief system that's attached to a deliberate thought, in meditation, you can take those thoughts and those feelings and put them together, and that creates something very powerful in order to help impact your subconscious mind and change your belief system, which eventually change your actions and eventually gives you the results you want. So make sure that you have a positive emotion attached to that thought process, which is very deliberate and it's planned ahead, and you create the feeling from within in a specific time to allow or to match with those thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate all the support you guys have given. Please like the video and throw a comment below on what you thought about it. Also, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. 76% of my viewers have not subscribed to the channel yet, so let's start to convert that a little bit. So thank you guys, appreciate your time, and hope you guys got some value out of this. See you in the next one.